Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic.
That was interesting.
What was interesting?
If I told you, it would be a conspiracy theory.
Are you going crazy inside your head again?
Always. But it seems like in the last few weeks, the world's gone crazy. You got Trump being an assassination attempt on him, 2 bullets whizzing within centimeters of his head. Those people are nuts, man. Can you imagine?
Forget the second shooter.
Yeah. But can you imagine you go and you set this up with real live bullets? Obviously, the bullets were live because someone was killed. You set this up with real live bullets and allow it to come within centimeters of your head, and you trust that from 100 yards away? I don't think so.
If it was a setup, the sniper would have been shooting blanks and Trump would have had a blood packet.
Exactly.
Use your brains.
And that's the thing. And they say it just because he has not been known as the most honest individual on earth. But what I get amazed by with all of that is just how many people actually believe that stuff. And it's like that with all the conspiracy theories.
I know one person says it as a joke, and then another person takes it seriously by mistake and goes crazy. I love conspiracy theories.
Agreed.
I don't think it was his conspiracy. I think he was just exploring a theory that he'd heard.
That last part was confirmed. He's alive. I seen him. He was walking down the stairs and doing his old man shuffle.
How sure?
100.
The newspaper.
Yes. And he shouted out, today.
Could have pre-recorded that a week. Come on now.
Anyway.
Conspiracy theorist, man.
I think that the people who were, so what ended up happening with that one, it's not really conspiracy theory because the sources from the Vegas PD said, yes, there was some kind of a medical incident and he was asking us to shut down roads heading to UMC. Remember how many roads were shut down? Mm-hmm. And UMC confirmed that they were on hold, like on high alert for him to come in. And then it switched. The Air Force One made one of the fastest flights from Vegas to Maryland that's ever happened in the history of man. So there was like this conspiracy theory that he had died. I remember they had said he had COVID. I think he told Lester Holt that he was staying in the race unless the good Lord himself comes down and tells me.
I said this to you.
If I have illness, that's something new. And suddenly he comes down with COVID and he disappears off the face of the earth.
I told you, conspiracy theory, right after the interview with Lester Holt. I told you that the Clintons were going to give him COVID and that he was going to.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like the lady who altered my wedding dress. And this was more than a year ago, people, because the wedding was more than a year ago.
Anniversary, by the way.
Happy anniversary.
Correct.
So she's a special kind of crazy. On and on about how this Joe Biden isn't the real Joe Biden and that they'd had the real Joe Biden killed like 12 years ago.
People think that stuff. And the worst part is, if you question them on it, they just call you names.
I know.
Just call you names. You're stupid.
What are you supposed to say to a crazy woman with scissors and your wedding dress? You just smile and nod, man.
I've even experienced it. So I'm at the point now where I'm not commenting on social media anymore. I'm done. Because people drive me nuts. They're just so stupid. And it's funny. I saw them talking to Jake Paul about his fight and how people were saying in the comment section it was rigged, it was staged. And he says the problem is it's just dumb people. And then somebody asked him another question. He goes, dumb people don't even know they're dumb. And he's right. These people think they're smart.
And turn it into
a felony arrest when literally they were clean. They were clean. All because, quote, I know my rights, end quote.
So, what's your favorite conspiracy that exists?
There are a ton of documentaries about Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster is real.
So don't discount it.
No, Bigfoot's sitting across from me podcasting, right?
Yeah. I'm not even that tall.
You're pretty furry.
Nope.
You didn't have purple hair.
Only one lunatic has been heard from.
So you went to see Harry and the Hendersons?
That was when I was an adult. Are you kidding me? Anyway, that was back in the day when you didn't have online places to go watch it and videos that you could rent about it. So you had to go watch it in the theater. And so I did. But of course, it was only like 25 cents back then.
Harry and the Hendersons is one of the most glorious movies ever.
It has nothing at all to do with Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster.
Everything.
Give me examples.
Did you know that there's not only the Loch Ness Monster, there's also a monster that's very similar looking inside of Lake Koocanusa?
I don't even know what Lake Koocanusa is.
Do you remember the canoe story I told you about the canoe that's no longer allowed to enter the United States?
Uh-huh.
That's the lake it went across. It's between British Columbia and Washington. Crosses the international border.
Interesting.
All of the people call it, we're going to the lake for the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Lake.
It's lake.
That's funny.
You want to know what my
What's your favorite is?
Exactly. My favorite conspiracy theory no longer exists because the date has passed. But for a decent period of time, I was obsessed with the world ending, and I just thought it was really awesome.
Were you on the side of it actually was going to be ending?
Oh, I liked to antagonize the people who thought it was ending, letting them think that I agreed with them and then privately making fun of them.
Want to hear something funny? That was 2 years before we met each other. I used to do the same thing.
But I literally still had the Doomsday Countdown on my computer when we met 2 years later because I liked it so much. Yes, I did. There was a screensaver from doomsdaypreparation.com, I think. And it was counting down to the exact minute the world was supposed to end in 2012.
Yeah.
So awesome. The 2012 people were awesome. And who shares a birthday with Nostradamus? This girl.
You.
Fun fact.
So lucky.
I met somebody the other day who I share a birthday with. And I was like, do you know who else we share a birthday with? Nostradamus. And they gave me the weirdest look.
They're like, more than likely, who?
No, she knew who Nostradamus was.
It's sometimes when we talk about things and you don't know something that to me is like, I don't understand. How do you not know? But I think some of it is where you grew up in a different country and some of it is age difference.
And some of it is the fact that I'm terrible with names. Well, without a photo for context, and I'll have no idea who it is, but then you show me the photo and I'm like, that dude is in Desperate Housewives.
Exactly. It's like someone said to me, oh, do you like the band Cake? Before last week, I would have said, I don't know. I've heard them. Just don't remember what they sound like. But then we hear the music
but you do a short
from the Spotify DJ, exactly, the song that you like, and it's boom. Then you put the two together and now you realize, oh, I do cake. I like to eat it too.
You like to have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
Rad.
It's weird how your brain works like that, though. You hold that memory of that song, but you didn't have it connected to the band. And then as soon as you hear the song, you remember every word. It comes flooding back to you. If someone asked you, you know that song, blah, 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 can you sing it? You'd be like, no.
You probably only ever heard those songs on the radio. Never really even knew who the song was or the band.
The sad thing is I used to be a manager of a record store.
Isn't Cake newer than that, though?
No idea. That's part of the problem. But I do.
At least two of their songs.
Like them a lot that I'm probably going to learn how to play some of their songs on my guitar. So before we go, we're putting up a picture of me wearing my new Kiss shirt.
Kiss shirt?
It's a Hiss shirt. It's rad. You got to picture this and then you can see it, but it says Hiss and it's in the kind of Kiss font. And then it has 4 cats in a square and they have the Kiss makeup on each one of the cats.
I think we need to go back and redo the video we did Kiss mini golf in Las Vegas.
That's a great idea. We could do a mini golf video.
No, if we're going to do a mini golf video, I want to go to all the mini golf places.
What are the other ones?
We'd have to do this video in the wintertime because one of them is that Angel Park Golf Club, the one on Rampart. They have miniature golf. And then there's Kiss mini golf.
Oh, yeah.
And then that place that's like by Town Center says it's miniature golf, but I think it's normal golf.
Yeah, I do too.
Plus, I also don't want to go there because I'm not paying $70 to play golf or mini golf.
Yeah. That kind of settles that, doesn't it?
Sure does.
But these are the kind of things that we have to deal with on a regular basis, because there are advantages to living where we live because we have access to some pretty cool things. But a lot of the time there's no local discount and it costs a small fortune because they're trying to make as much money as they possibly can.
One of my friends went to that new golf place before the Rolling Stones concert. And she said it was glorious and it was so much fun.
Which one? Atomic Golf?
No, the one that I just said was too expensive.
But then you would know if one of your friends went. How do you not know that it's regular golf or mini golf?
Because she didn't show me any pictures. I just know that she went there. It's the Tiger Woods one. It's mini golf, isn't it?
I think so.
And she said it was so much fun. And I just think to myself, but you spend $70.
Exactly.
Kiss mini golf is just as fun for $12.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand that.
There's no way that this other place was 6 times more fun than Kiss mini golf.
No. The Kiss mini golf was a lot of fun to do. And it brought back a lot of memories for me because that was one of my favorite bands when I was growing up.
We're going to have to try the mini golf at the Angel Park Golf Course because I bet you it's more like what we're used to.
I'm like That 70s Show people.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm not That 70s Show.
I'm going to tell you that I am flipping hungry.
Well, that's gross.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.